guys, welcome to another video. We are here at a place called Killer Custom Cables, and they're the guys that have been doing the wiring work on my S13, which I plan to run over 1,000 horsepower. The car's going to weigh under 1,000 kilos if you're not up to date with the story. However, one of the cooler things they've got, they're currently doing the, well, I don't know if it's a world first or definitely an Australian first, the Ford Mustang Coyote motor into a Ford Raptor. So we'll have a little bit of a look at that. There will be an up and coming video where I'm definitely going to take this thing for a rip. I'm pretty bloody excited and terrified at the same time because, yeah, I definitely don't have the budget to be putting a V8 in my Raptor by any means, and I have enough warranty issues as it is, so I probably won't race into that one. But man, this, you know, I can't imagine a Raptor, like a Ford Raptor, Ranger Raptor with a V8 and some big power. Like, I get myself in enough trouble with just the 2-litre twin turbo diesel. So yeah, we'll go check out my S13. I got some parts to give the boys here and have a look over some of the work they've done. Alright, so we're back down here with the S13, just having a look around things, and I'm super pumped on the work that's been done so far. The man's been killing it. But we've gone, basically, if you guys don't already know, this car for me is like a summer Nazi, power cruisy sort of car. A lot of people think that, you know, it's a competition car, I'm going to use it for competition. That's not the plan with this car at all. It's never been built as like a drift competition car. It's literally just been built as sort of, you know, something I've always wanted is a car that's completely overpowered, super light, just like an extreme car that I can do pretty much anything with. You know, power skids, summer nats, drifting, any of that sort of stuff. So that was my mindset behind the car. So I didn't need to go super crazy with wiring. So I've gone with what you would call clubman spec. Yeah, club spec wiring. So still super duper neat. So nice, super neat. And then what did you say? This is a control box down here.
That's the control box and the switch panel.
So what is that called?
It's basically a very basic PDM.
Yeah. And then my switch panel is tiny, itty bitty little switch panel, which I friggin' love. I think this is amazing. So that's going to be my switch panel, which if you look at the size of my hand, I've reasonably sized hands, but that is super rad, which will run headlights, my underglow setup, and what else did we say? Hazards
and ignition.
Ignition, okay, yeah. And then the starter button will be separate to this, which, how rad is that, guys? Super tiny little switch panel to run. Well, there's not a whole lot it has to run, no, being as simple as my car is, but that is super cool. And I guess the electric steering will go on with ignition?
Correct.
Yeah. So everything is all, you're getting close.
Very close.
I just had to head up here today to give him a cable to plug into the Link ECU to be able to get the information he needs out of it. Super nerdy wiring stuff that I have no idea about, which Russell came and told me, take this wire up there so the boys can get your car finished. So I did that, but super pumped on the S13. Now while I'm here, can I see the Raptor, the V8 one? I want to see the V8 one. I'm so keen to see this thing, and even more keen to take it for a strap at some point. Yeah. I see nods. He nodded. You guys got that on camera. So this is their Raptor. Where did this thing come from? Was it like a auction car or something?
It's an auction car, yeah.
What, had been wet or?
The original engine drank some water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's meant to be there, huh?
Yeah.
Ford Australia, what are you doing? I know. So I've been one of the biggest people that, you know, everyone's like, oh, the Raptor needed a V8, I'm sort of like, it's definitely still really good with the turbo diesel in it. And I think the main problem I see with something like this is you hurting yourself. Because I've done, you know, plenty of jumps and stuff in this where I'm absolutely pinned and it's like a good amount of jump. That would probably be like that video you see from the States where that car lands like way past the jump, completely flat on the ground, and all the airbags go off, and apparently the dude broke his back in that video.
Yeah, right.
So he was actually like pretty messed up from it. Yeah, so 5-litre V8. There's not much to it, is there?
No.
Wow, that's a massive radiator. Is that how deep the radiators are stock?
That's the same size as stock, but,
oh wow,
but a nice PWR upgrade.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, right, that goes all the way down. I didn't realise they were that big.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I guess it makes sense. That's wild. And then, are you going to put thermos in?
Thermos on it, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've still got a bit to finish off on this one, but...
Will you run just one big thermo, or...?
We're running 4 10-inch fans.
4 10. Yeah, I was actually thinking to myself, like, there's so much radiator space, so 4 10s.
Yeah.
That should keep this...
Easy.
Are these known for heat or anything?
No. No, they're pretty good.
And then, what is that, transcooler, or...?
Transcooler in the front there, yep.
Yeah. It's a massive transcooler too.
Yep.
Do you need to oil cool the motor?
No.
No.
Not in this application.
No. Well, there's not as much thrashing realistically as a V8. Still got AC and everything?
Still got AC, still got all factory gauges, still got stability control, cruise control, everything like that.
That's mad. And then, so we're just waiting on exhaust now?
Exhaust now, so it is running, but straight out the headers.
So, exhaust, fans, and yeah, so you're still planning later this week, you think, or is it this week gone away from?
This week's already gone on this, but yeah, it goes to dyno next week, so they'll get it tuned and working right, and then yeah, should be driving.
So what ECU then? Is it still through the Raptor ECU, or is
No,
it?
it's running the Mustang ECU.
Yeah.
But obviously because different exhaust and intake to the Mustang, we got to tune that computer to suit.
Yeah, and they can obviously be flashed, is it?
Yeah, so it's a flash tune.
Yeah. And more power as well, or is it?
Yeah, we'll wind up.
So, oh, this is going to be ridiculous. Obviously still retains all the full drive system, everything else, so should be able to do good full drive nuts.
It should do, yeah, if the front diff doesn't explode.
It'll be fine on these.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine on these. I've done full drive nuts in that, even with the 35s in the wet.
Okay, yep.
Not in the dry, but I don't think it would be a problem because it's only your initial, like, you know, I think,
shock load.
yeah, the initial shock load. I think you're just turning into it and putting your foot down.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine.
We'll see how it goes.
Aussie Ford Ranger Raptor doing full drive nuts. Coming to the channel soon, hopefully. I have to be there when this happens. A lot of stuff needs to happen. So, no, this is rad, guys. I hope you're looking forward to seeing this and my review at some point comparing the 5-litre Raptor, what everybody thinks they should have came as, and honestly, looking in there, I can't really argue at this point, versus the 2-litre diesel. What's the difference in weight between the 2-litre diesel and that?
We haven't got exact figures, but they're very close.
Yeah. Because yeah, the front doesn't look any lower than stock at all. Is
No.
that, you know, that hasn't been touched?
Yeah.
Yeah. That might even be a little bit higher. Oh no, that's probably about stock.
Yeah.
Because mine has lifted but has the bull bar, blah blah blah. So interesting. It's going to be super rad. And is it registerable? Was it repairable or?
This one's not.
Yeah.
So this is just our R&D car.
Toy.
Basically. Yeah. So the next one obviously will be registerable. The engine swap's all legal, so
Yeah.
no problem there.
So this can be wall tapped.
Yeah.
So, Ranger Raptor drift car. First off, well, you got rid of your 350Z drift car, so
Yeah,
this only
exactly.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm pumped.
Ring out.
Hey puppy! Alright, so had to pop the bonnets and have a look at the cars side by side, but look at the clutter and just the amount of, like, obviously a lot of that's pollution stuff, right?
Most
Is that
of it's
pollution
yeah.
stuff? Obviously got all your diesel filters, all of your stuff, you know, and obviously with the diesel as well, it's turbo, so you've got things like intercooling and all that sort of stuff to worry about, and you got that. Just good old-fashioned V8. One hose going in, none of the diesel stuff. In theory, you could get this wet and then just pump the water out and go again. From
Yeah,
the point of
definitely.
view of, like, you know, swamping it where you swamp that and you're done. That's
Pretty
like probably a more expensive motor to buy.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So So is that stock? Whatever that is? Or is that a piece you had to get done?
No, that's something we got made.
Yeah. So what's that? Just to redirect the water?
Redirect the water, yeah.
Yeah, mad. So I'm trying to leave, but I'm like, at the same time, very intrigued with this whole thing here, because it is just like, it's so simple in there. So simple. Versus just utter complication. Like, I look at this and I don't know where any of this goes. It all is very complicated. And this is very, just does what it needs to do. Then, how tight is it on the chassis? Is it very tight?
It's close on the strut towers.
Is it standard headers, or have you built headers?
Custom headers.
Yeah. Were you able to go big enough with the headers? How big are the
Yeah, we've got
primaries?
7/8 primaries on it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, nice. Should sound really good. Oh man, seeing a 5-litre V8 Raptor is definitely cool. Gets the mind running. It's definitely going to be a very, very, very pricey conversion, but at the same time, you know, you'll have a pretty sick ute, because these are, you know, even though, guys, if you've been watching the channel for a while, yes, I've had my issues with this car. None of it has actually been engine related or even gearbox related, which is weird, because a lot of people, especially with my year model, do have issues with the autos. And I haven't had any of those issues at all, because I don't really thrash the motor. You know, and even when I'm towing, I'm pretty nice to the gearbox and engine and the drivetrain in general, which was why the whole transfer case and front diff issue was interesting to me that I had. But again, the V8 in there, man, it'd just be like, it would be absolutely sick. And we will get to hear, experience, and probably drive this car within the next week, guys. So look forward to that piece, or that video, coming up very soon, because I'm probably more excited than anyone would be even watching this to be able to feel what a Raptor's like with some power. So I think it'll just be so friggin' sick. It'll be very, I imagine it'll be very stadium trucky, because even with this setup here, you know, when I accelerate, the car squats, and when I get on the brakes, it dives forward, and it does pitch when you're getting really, like, when you're driving it fast. So I'll be super keen to see what this thing's like with a V8. I think it'll really squat down when it takes off, and I think if you accelerate hard around the corner, the thing will sort of, you know, almost stadium truck like, want to pick up a front wheel, and all that sort of jazz, man. It's just going to be super sick. And there's even talk of him bringing it down to Archie and doing a little bit of drifting with it, so that really excites me, man. So yeah, we can head back to the house now and can maybe get some work done on this Raptor, because when I was driving here today, got a little bit of a wheel wobble, and I'm remembering that I debeaded twice while I was on my trip to the Cape, and I also got a big chunk of dirt in another bead but didn't clean it out. So I probably need to get my wheels off, go down the track, debead my tires, clean the mud out from the beads, and then possibly go and get a wheel balance as well. Or I could just go to a tire shop and just straight up get a wheel balance, because I do need a wheel alignment as well, because my wheel alignment is a little bit out after the PDR, the rough roads up there. I ended up having to adjust my caster while we're up at the tip, because the wheel had sort of vibrated, and I guess one of the alignment bolts sort of turned and allowed the wheel to come back further. So yeah, we'll make some phone calls. We've got an hour and a half drive back to my side of town, so get the drive going and see what we work out on the way. All right, we are back home now. Had to do a whole bunch of dad stuff, take the kids swimming and all that sort of jazz. I've gone and got my car trailer. I did lend it out just before I went away, and who it got lent to definitely did a number on it. I don't know what they've done, to be honest with you. Both tail lights are broken. One of the corner lights is broken, and I don't know whether they've just gone hammered down a driveway and hit a driveway sort of hard, or whatever. It's bent the number plate up, and anyway, I'm going to what do I need to do first? I need to I'm gonna load the 370Z up because we're taking that drifting tomorrow. So looking forward to you guys seeing that. So I'm gonna get that loaded up and ready to take down the track tomorrow morning. And tomorrow morning the concrete is coming for the pool, so really exciting day tomorrow. Yeah, all right, let's get this loaded up. Okay, GoPro does not pick up things well at night. Car is all loaded though. If you can't see me, you can see me. I don't know, but yeah, car's all loaded up, ready to go in the morning, and I'll bring the JZX-90 in shortly and get some other stuff done. Guys, on to the next day. It's actually later in the day. I spent all day waiting around because apparently our pool was getting poured today. And now it's not getting done till Monday, which is like probably the day you're watching this video. But yeah, it's now Thursday and this is when it was meant to be poured. Had everything all planned, I was all pumped, and it's not poured. So I started to bring some of my cars back down the sideway because that gives me, well, I guess 3 or 4 days to actually get some work done on some cars. So I'm going to use that to get some of the cars done. And first one I want to get up on the hoist is Wifey's S13.4. I need new lower control arm bushes put in that, so I'm going to get that up on the hoist. I'm going to get her 350 in here as well and start looking at what needs to be done on that. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this one up here, guys. Get some cars in, and the next video you see will be down at the track at Archerfield Drift Park. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Go on the store, grab some of the merch, supports the channel and supports us with everything we're doing here. So peace out, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.